releasing all of the breath, getting all of the old breath out. And then continuing with this long, deliberate breath. I want to talk a little bit while we're coming into where we are is letting go and moving forward. And I think that's, living in the present, something that it's healthy for all of us to do, but something that we all struggle with. And I was at this silent retreat a couple months ago, and something they were talking about really resonated with me about letting go of the past and moving forward, but not living in the future. And that it's not just, it's an action, it's something you have to work on. It's not something that just happens. You don't just all of a sudden one day be like, oh, here I am, just going to live in the moment every day. It's an action. It's something you have to work on. It's something you have to practice. And so I'd like for us to kind of actively live in the moment during this practice, which doesn't mean you have to think about here. It just means that if the thoughts will always come in, they'll always come in, but just actively realizing them and letting them go, and just, think about your breath. You can always come back to your breath, and that we're just here doing yoga right now, and we are not doing anything else. Just being right here with each other today. So that's one of the things we'll try to talk about is just letting go, trying to move forward, and how it's an action that you do for yourself. Dropping the shoulders down down your back, your shoulder blades down your back. We carry a lot of stress in our shoulders, and we don't want them up by our ears. On your next exhale, drop your chin forward to your chest. And see if you can just let it go. Continue your breath. And on an inhale, bring your right ear to your right shoulder. Down back through the middle and to the other side, your left ear on your left shoulder. And then continue to roll back and forth. We're not going to roll our heads all the way back yet. And then when you come back to the bottom, whenever you're ready, you can inhale back up to normal. Gently open your eyes. We're just going to do a couple of stretches on the floor, hands out to the side. Inhale up. Exhale down. Inhale up. Exhale down. Inhale up. And exhale down. Bring our hands to our knees and just start a little rotation. Breathing in and out. Intentional breaths. You can have your eyes closed or open. I'm usually a closed-eyed person when I'm sitting, not usually when I'm standing. Did I say go the other way? Can't remember. On your next inhale, we'll come back to our neutral spine. We're going to clasp our hands together. You can see turning your paws, your hands out, the palm of your hands out, Stretching through the shoulder, lifting up, exhaling to one side, inhaling up, exhaling to the other, inhaling up, stretch, maybe back just a little bit, protecting your back, and then exhale, shake it out. So we're going to do some standing poses at the beginning of class, which is we haven't really done a whole lot of standing poses yet, but yeah, it's going to be fun. So however it's easiest for you to get up to a standing position. You can roll over, crawl onto your knees. We're just going to come to the front of our mats. I think you can see me, maybe. So you'll be at the front of your mat up here. I'm just going to come to the middle. And we're going to start with just some little hip stretches. So have your feet a little wider than hip width apart and just start rolling those hips around. And then the other direction. And then back to neutral. So standing at the front of your mat, like this, I'm hoping you can see me, I can't really see me, is mountain pose. And it's a very powerful pose. So we're gonna work on that, just this simple pose too. We wanna lift our toes up off the ground. I don't know if you can see my toes. Lift them up off the ground and spread them apart, and then drop them back down to the ground. You want to be able to feel the ground on all 4 points of your feet. So here, 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 and here. Just really be grounded. This is when you do standing poses, balancing poses on one leg. This is the stance that's going to get you straight and the grounding into the ground that's going to help you with some balance. Arms down by your side, palms facing out intentionally, shoulder blades down the back. We're going to bring our core tight and then just take a couple breaths. Inhale and exhale. So now we're going to come into a folding pose. And so however you need to get there, you can bring your legs a little bit further apart if that's helpful to you. You can bring your hands to your thighs, bend your knees, and just work your way down to your hands on the floor, your fingertips on the floor. You can have your knees bent as much as you need them to be. And if your hands don't come down to the floor either, that's great. You can hold on to each wrist like this. And then see if you can get your chest to your top of your thighs, and then just shake your head out. This is letting it all go here. And the more you can straighten your legs out, if that's good for you, you'll get that stretch up the back. But we're just gonna shake our head yes, shake our heads no. Take a couple of breaths. Seeing as you breathe out, you come just a little bit further to the ground. Inhale, exhale, release your arms if they're crossed, and you can bring them to the floor or your shins or your thighs, and then we're going to lift halfway up. See if we can get a straight back right here. You can still have your knees bent. Come forward. And then inhale, back up. Hands overhead. Exhale, your hands to heart position. And we're just going to fold several times. Go as slow as you need to. Bend your knees as much as you need to. So on an inhale, we're going to breathe up. Exhale, fold over. Inhale, halfway lift. So you can bring your hands to your shins and your thighs, just not on top of your knees. And then inhale all the way up. Exhale over. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, roll up. Inhale, hands up. One more time. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, roll back up. Inhale. Exhale, your hands to prayer. And from here, we're going to do some squat strength work. We're going to do chair pose. If you think you may have some balance issues with this, it's okay. You can hold on to your chair, your wall. I always like to be near a wall. But we're going to bring our arms up back to the inhale up. And then as we exhale, we're slowly going to sit back into a chair. That you don't have to go down that far. It can be this far. If you can, bring your hands out front. You don't have to do any of these other things. If this is good for you, just stay here, and you can be up or down. If you need to take a break, take a break. If you can inhale your arms up, we want to protect that lower back, so let's get that core tight. Keep breathing, that's what's holding us here. And on your next inhale, you can stand up. We're going to do that one more time, and I'm going to come over to the screen while you're holding it and see if I can take a look and give anybody any modifications or adjustments. So inhale up. Slowly sit down into the chair, protecting that lower back. You can bring your hands out front or overhead. And just remember your breath. Remember your breath. Those look amazing. Everybody looks really good. You don't want you can't see everybody's knees, but you don't want your knees to be over your ankles too much, but everybody's doing great. Next inhale, stand up. One more time. Inhale up. Squeeze the lower back and the core. Exhale slowly down to chair pose. Don't forget your breath. Inhale up. And then we can shake it out a little bit. And then you can turn sideways on your mat. Have your mat where you're at the longest part, facing the longest part. We're going to do a little bit more lower body work. You can bring your feet out past a little bit more than hip distance. So maybe if you were like here, you could just put yourself out one or two. We're going to try to get our toes to point at the corners of the wall or straight out. And on an inhale, we're going to reach our arms up. And then on an exhale, we're going to do cactus arms. Bring them down like a cactus and squat with your legs out. There we go. In. Exhale down. Inhale up. Exhale down. Inhale up. Exhale down. See if you can just hold it for a couple of breaths. Inhale up. Ooh, and that should put some burn on your legs. My cat. First time doing yoga with a cat. So from here, we're going to go back down to the floor to our hands and knees. However you can get there, just hands and knees. Wrists under your shoulders, knees under your hips. Remember, nobody's hips are as wide as they think they are. And from here, we're going to do some cat-cows. I think we all know how to do that. So inhale, dropping the belly, lifting the head, dropping the shoulders down the back. Exhale, head down, belly to the spine. Inhale, drop the belly. Exhale, drop the head. One more. And then come back to neutral. We're gonna do, oh my goodness, I'm sorry. I don't know if y'all can see me with the cat there or not. I can't see. Okay, cat, you gotta stay somewhere else. We're gonna do a little more of the lower body strength. So we're still on our hands and knees. We're gonna take our left leg and put it out straight behind us. We're gonna squeeze all of the muscles, our glutes, the thighs, the knees, and flex the foot. We want it really active, and we're just gonna lift it and lower it. Really squeeze it in. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Last one. Inhale up, squeeze it and hold it. Squeeze and hold. Inhale, exhale, release. And then you can twist it out just a little bit here. Whatever feels good. And then we're going to go to the other side. So get back in your neutral cow position, hands and knees. We're going to take the right leg out behind us. We're going to tighten. I'm tightening every muscle in my leg and in my feet. And then on an inhale, I'm going to up, squeeze, and then exhale. Inhale up, squeeze, exhale. 3 more. Last one, we're going to hold it. Inhale, squeezing it, squeezing it. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. Inhale and exhale, bring it down. And then you can shake it out a little bit. From here, we're going to do Chaturanga Push-Ups. So in yoga, a Chaturanga is like you come from plank to here. So you're, it's like a push-up, but your elbows are going to be really close to your sides. And you can do several. I'm going to show you some different modifications. And then you pick which one you want to do. We're going to do 4 sets of 4. So you can be on your tummy with your elbows in and just push up from here. You can be on your knees and push up like this. Just remember, it's important to keep your elbows in and not flaring out. Or you can do the reclined one like this. Or up on your toes. And that's really hard. But we're going to do 4 sets of 4. So we're going to start out whichever one you want. We're going to do 4, and then we're going to push back into child's pose, which is this. So if you're ready, pick your poison, I guess. And we're going to do 4. Do it on your own terms, and then go to child's pose. So inhale, down. And then when you do the 4th one, we'll meet in child's pose. And remember your options. You can be all the way down. You can be up like this. You can do it on a chair or a coffee table. And then from child's pose, we'll do set 2, up, and then 4. Remembering to breathe, push it back to down dog. To child's pose. Take a breath. And then back up for the third set. Oh, and if you can't do all 4 in a row, that's fine. Do one, take a breath. Just meet me in child's pose. Last set, woohoo. So set yourself up and then remember to breathe, and let's do 4, keeping that core tight. We don't want to hurt our lower backs. Down dog. Child's pose. We're going to spend just a couple of minutes in child's pose, thinking about being in the present and the actions that we have to take in our lives to stay present and not worry about the future or be sad about the past, and how it takes practice to get there. And it's just something that you have to do. It's an action that if you want to get there, you have to work for it. So continue in child's pose for just a minute, taking those really deep breaths. I'm rubbing my hands together and they're getting warm. In this moment, I'm taking my warm hands, gently placing them on your lower back, giving a nice massage on the muscle. The warmth, you can feel the warmth from my hands, helping you relax. And then inhale. And on your exhale, work your way back up to sitting. We're going to do a couple of ab strength exercises, and then we'll move on to yin, where we can relax and let go. So sit with your knees up, the feet on the floor. You can take your hands behind your thighs, on your shins, wherever. We're going to lean back. And then if you can, bring your legs up. You can let go. Or you can leave your feet on the ground. Either way. And we're just going to hold it for a few breaths. Inhale. Exhale, bring your legs back down. Now we're just going to do one leg at a time, where we're going to see if we can hold our hands out. But if you have to hold on behind your leg, that's perfectly okay. So we're just going to lift the leg as we inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. See if you can bring it close to your chest. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. One more. Inhale, we're going to hold it. Maybe you can do a little pulse here. Woo, and then down. Putting your feet together, we're going to just fold over a little bit and get that hip stretch. If you're in a, it's hard for me to tell what you can see, if you can see what I'm doing, but I'm in the butterfly position. You can have your pillows under your knees here. Feels really good. See if you can just kind of bend over it. Stretch those hips out a little bit. And then when you're ready, we're going to come back to that position and do it on the other side. So back with your feet, your knees up, your feet on the ground. See if you can do it with your arms out. We're going to have a little bit of incline in our back. wanting to keep this tight and not hurting our lower back. Hands out, and then inhale up, exhale down, inhale up, exhale down, inhale up, exhale down, inhale up, exhale down. On the last one, we're going to hold it. Inhale up, squeeze it to your chest, maybe a pulse or two, and then letting it go. And you can windshield wiper your legs back and forth, just any way, just wider than hips, and just to loosen them up a little bit. And then from here, we're going to go to yin. So if you have pillows, blankets. I don't know where my blanket went. I'm blaming my 13-year-old because who else would take it? But I have lots of pillows here. And what we're going to start in, we're going to start in child's pose like we were before. So however it takes you to get there, bring it back. I forgot to tell you that you can put the pillows underneath your hips if it feels better to be in this position. You can also put one under your belly and chest if it's hurting your knees. Sorry about the animal circus today. And see if you can just let go. We're not gonna hold on to any tightness. Letting those hip muscles relax, shoulders. Letting go of any of the thoughts that come through your mind. I'm not going to judge them as good or bad. We're just going to let them keep going. Because we're just here doing yoga. We have nothing else to do. If you have your head in one direction, change it to the other direction now. Inhale and exhale, and you can make your way back up to sitting. We're going to do puppy pose because cats and puppies, that's what we're doing today. So it's going to be kind of the same thing, cats, as